It's coming. It's coming.
It is coming. It is coming.
Andor Season 2 is coming. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Chuck, and I talk about Star Wars stuff. Today, I'm going to be talking about a little bit about Andor Season 2. Coming April 22nd. This one's going to be a little different. They're going to be releasing it in 3-episode chunks. It's going to be the span of 4 weeks where we have 3 episodes once a week for 4 weeks. And it will all end on May 13th, the day after my birthday. Okay, great. What I'd like to talk about a little bit today is what has happened in my family concerning Andor and concerning Star Wars fandom. My wife became a fan of Andor. She became a fan of a Star Wars series. I didn't expect that. The reason that it happened is because I turned her on to the music in the final episode in season 1 of The Funeral at Ferrix. And she fell in love with the whole thing. She fell in love with the instruments. She fell in love with the music itself. The fact that they were actual instruments being played by actual people in the show rather than an overdub or an overlay of audio. I think this is fantastic. I think that this is something that needs to happen a lot more often instead of just canned music. It lent something more real and more visceral to the whole thing, and for that episode, it was so necessary, I think. Speaking of music, a lot of folks aren't really hip on the music for the trailer for season 2. They think it was so sort of out of place for Star Wars. At first, I was one of those people until I sat and thought about it, sat and thought about and listened to the genre of music that they chose for season 2, for the season 2 trailer. And it's very, very alternative rock, anti-establishment, anti-industrial. It is very much that counterculture, which is exactly what Andor is about.
The revolution starts now.
And it's about the revolution. And I thought it was fantastic that they chose that particular song for that particular trailer. It was beautiful. The more I listen to it now, the more I love it. And Chris just loves it because she likes that type of music anyway. So boom, there we are. Anyway, Chris had talked to me a little bit about Andor, about season 1 and about the characters in season 1. And there were a couple of characters that she said that she would actually like to know more about and like to learn about the backstories. And maybe in future episodes, I'll start to dissect a little more and maybe theorize about some of these characters and about some of their backstories. The first one that she talked to me about is she wants to learn more about Luthen Rael. She wants to learn more about that particular character. Is he just a Star Wars James Bond character? Is he former Jedi? Is he a former Jedi guard for the temple? All of these have been put forward that could have been, he could have been a Jedi that missed out on the purge. Who knows? Who knows? I don't think he is a Jedi. I don't think he is Force sensitive. And I think the reason is because Andor doesn't play on that level of Star Wars. Andor is not about that. They're not about the space wizards with laser swords or the Force sensitive whatever kid from the backwater planet or whatever that makes him special or whatever. This is very specifically about citizens of the Galactic Empire. This is about the rebellion and how it started. I think that the general feel of just ordinary folk works very well for that type of thing. And I think honestly with Luthen Rael, I think he's just ordinary folk who has some skills. And I think he is more of a James Bond character than he is a Jedi. The other character that she wants to learn a little bit more about is Deidre Murrow. What about her? Where did she actually come from? Where was she stationed before she became ISB? Before they transferred over to ISB. They allude to having her brought in for her particular skill set, but we don't really know what she was doing before. We'd like to know. I would like to know. Chris would like to know. There's that. There is a myriad of other characters that I would love to know more about. What I would like is hopefully in this particular season that Andor finds his sister. Can we close that little bit of the story arc? Can we tie up that loose end? Is she alive? Is she dead? Is the lady that he's hugging actually her? Or is that just Bix? Is the one that's arguing with him, is that her? Is the woman who's waving the pistol around in the trailer, is that her? We don't know. We don't know. I would like Andor to find his sister. At least close, end that story arc, That's just me. Chris also expressed that she would like to learn more about Mon Mothma. Now, I told her how she could learn more about Mon Mothma, but she's not into the animated series. Okay? She's not into the animated shows. So there's that. Those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? I have a prediction. I do not expect Deidre Murrow to survive this season. I expect her to die. I also expect Luthen Rael to die this season as well, because I believe that he has run his course. He knows where he is. He knows what he's doing, and that will be the end for him. I expect that there's going to be a lot of characters that fought alongside or have been associated with Cassian that are not going to make it through this season. I expect that fully. We do get introduced a little bit. We saw a little shot of K2SO, or the droid that will become K2SO. There's also a theory floating around out there in the Star Wars video folk talking about BMO and his memory chip getting inserted into K2SO, and K2SO is actually BMO. Could be. We don't know. We don't know. It's a theory. I'm not going to do it because that's a Matt Pat thing, and I'm not going there. That's his thing. That's his thing. Anyway, so that's what I have for you folks. What do you guys think? What are some of your theories? Where do you think this is going to go? I think that this is going to be a very, very exciting season. I am hoping that it doesn't run into the same curse of the second one ends up sucking because it's the last. I'm hoping we don't go into that. I'm hoping that they continue on with the fantasticness that they established in season 1. We'll see. Anyway, thanks, folks. We'll see you next week, and I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Bye.